We got a report from the Herald Leader, written by Carla Ward. She is saying that a Somerset man went into a cave and then he's dead. So 57-year-old Anthony Wayne Doc Erisman, R.I.P. Anthony Wayne Doc Erisman. Say these names. Say the names of the dead, because if you say the names of the dead, they're still alive. So they said he often spent time out in these caves and exploring and checking things out. They said he was an experienced caver. It seems like a lot of people knew him. And then when the friends didn't see him come home, they had a bad feeling that he might have been, there might have been some accident in the cave, and it was. And so that's, it's absolutely devastating. It's fucking bullshit. Now, some of these circumstances are weird. They say there's no evidence of foul play. They said that Erisman was not stuck or injured. This is Hicks, which is the coroner of Wayne County. Now, they said that searchers found Erisman's clothing, and as they searched further, his body was found about 2,200 feet from the cave's entrance in a small space in the floor. He was pronounced dead 9 p.m. Sunday. This was May 9th, 2016, so this was on Mother's Day, and that he was pronounced dead. I don't know, who knows when he actually died. Now, they're also saying that he walked in with light, but he had lost the light closer to the entrance. So I'm not for sure what the fuck they're trying to say here. They're saying there's no foul play, but why did, he drops the light and then he's missing his clothing? Now, the only way I can make sense of what the fuck they're trying to say here is that he dropped the light, and then as he's tumbling down the cave, his clothes are ripped, and they see the clothes were ripped on the side of the cave. That's one thing, or perhaps, somebody beat him up and, I don't know, threw him over the edge or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was going on. So, this is a horrible tragedy. I don't want to say it's suicide. I don't want to say it's drug-related, that he done it to himself. It seems like the coroner seems to think that there's no foul play suspected, so perhaps it's just an accident. In fact, I kind of hope that it's just an accident, because if it's murder, then that's, that's something way fucking bigger. And, nobody, thou should not kill, right? Of course, nobody should take another person's life. So just everybody, if you're out in the caves and whatnot, don't, be careful. Be careful out there. Just one little slip, and then that's it. And then if you're by yourself, they won't find your body for a day or two. And so at least let somebody know where you're going, so in case, you don't come back, then they'll be like, oh my God, what happened? And then maybe they can notify somebody. You should go with somebody, really. You should go with a buddy or two. And, R.I.P. Anthony Wayne Doc Erisman, 57-year-old, out of Somerset. Actually, a little bit more details with this Anthony Wayne Doc Erisman. This details are getting fucking weirder. They're getting weirder and weirder, and the fact that the coroner is not suspecting foul play. What? His body's going to Frankfurt for an autopsy, so we're going to find out if, there's drugs in the system. I think that's what the coroner is thinking, but they're saying here's a neighbor on Adderholt Road. This is WKYT. It doesn't say an author's name, but this report's got more details than all the other reports that I've seen so far. Okay, Phil Pendleton. So, and Phil Pendleton, he's got some more details. And the neighbor said the first thing we found was his toboggan, right? His ballgan. Beanies, I guess other people call them beanies. But his ballgan, they found his ballgan. That's what they found. Okay, so he's wearing this hat. And he has a cabin, which is near the cave. So he's got this little cabin. He's out there exploring these caves. He's familiar with the caves. We found his hat. And then, let's see, the neighbor didn't want to be identified for whatever fucking reasons. Then they said that there's a trail of personal items that led him and the members of the Wayne County Rescue Squad to the disturbing discovery. They found his hat, then they found his hoodie. And the hoodie was shredded. It was just ripped up. And then 200 feet inside this cave, they found his body. And, I wish they'd give more details. Where is this cave at specifically? Hell, give me fucking longitude, latitude lines. Like, we're a smart bunch here. So, give me more details. I don't this is not enough details for me. But they said that the way the gear was scattered doesn't make sense. It doesn't. He's absolutely right. Another thing I noticed with the media, they do not publish his picture. It is up to the survivors, the family, the friends of, Mr. Erisman, Mr. Anthony Wayne, Doc. So Doc Erisman, Anthony Wayne, Doc Erisman is dead. Erisman. And for what? For what? So, in Otter Holt Road, he was in a cab. He lived in Somerset, so it looks like he's got two entrances. It's off of Rocky Hill Road, about 15 miles northeast of Monticello. So that's closer, Otter Holt Road. They said, friends said he loved taking care of his cats and exploring caves. He was, excuse me, he was really friendly to everybody, more like a part of the family to everybody. The coroner said that there was no signs of trauma, and that he had no recent heart or lung issues to speak of, and that he wants to explore environmental and weather conditions, but it could be several weeks before that information is received back to the media. So what the fuck do we make of this? What the fuck can we make of this? So, I mean, there's only so many possibilities, right? He committed suicide, he's on drugs, and he's just ripping his hat off, and he's throwing his clothes off. They said there's no signs of trauma. No signs of trauma. So he throws his hat off, he throws his hoodie off, and it's ripped to shreds. Like, why is the hoodie ripped to shreds? Maybe a critter or something got into it afterwards, but why would, just a fucking piece of cloth, why would it, why would a critter get into it and rip it to pieces? And why would he just shed all of his clothing before? Maybe it got hotter as he was walking on. Let's assume that he walked in and he slipped and he just fell. Okay, that's possible. It was an accident. He just fell. Maybe it's a suicide. Maybe he wanted a trail to find out what was going on, right? Or a murder. This all sounds like a fucking murder to me. Coroner says the preliminary autopsy says no signs of foul play. So, no signs of foul play. It means there's no scratch marks, there's no bruise marks, there's no gunshots, there's no stab wounds. No signs of foul play. So, I hope if there's any, that for the best case, it seems like it was an accident. Hopefully it was an accident. And worst case would be murder. Suicide is unfortunate. And, I don't know what to make of it. So I don't know why the media doesn't have the picture of him. Don't you want to see a picture of him? If you know him, then you could say something. And where's his family? Where's his friends? It's up to us to remember the dead. So, one last time. Unless we'll find something out from the autopsy, but it's going to be, 48 hours. You got 48 hours to find a murderer. And what the coroner, unless he's a part of it, says that there's no foul play. So we just assume some bad shit happened. He slipped, he fell. He threw his hoodie and his hat off, his ballgame, and then jumped. Maybe a suicide, maybe an accident, but definitely no foul play, not a murder. Nobody did anything to him, no animals, nothing. No foul play. So, Anthony Wayne, Doc Erisman, R.I.P., man.